Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Car Question. Matt this week is driving the second gen Toyota GR86. Well, it's no more the short 86 as they call it, and even back in the past you had three versions of that vehicle because you had the Scion brand, which was giving you the FRS, you had the Toyota with the 86, and you have Subaru with the BRZ. So second generation now, big improvement. You can see with the overall design that this car is looking good. When you look at the exterior, I call it a mini Supra or even a mini Subaru because Toyota is literally sleeping with Subaru when it comes to design. So you've got a great aggressive car, you've got a front end, the grille is kind of bigger when it comes to Toyota, and when you look at the rear, both cars are really similar except for the ducktail spoiler. You remember ducktail? Well, it's a love or hating affair though, but I kind of love that it reminds me of the Supra. When you look on the side, this car is aggressive. I really dig the color, also the paint quality, the lines, the overall design of that car, but also the 18 inches alloy wheels with Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tires. This is gonna give you some great bite. Otherwise, cool looking car with the black wheels, with that gray color. Which one is your favorite color? Feel free to tell me in the comment section down there below. When it comes to the exterior also, will you go for a Subaru BRZ? Which one do you choose? I'll go with Toyota on this one. Interior, well, what happened? Did they stop designing that car right in the middle because time was an issue? I'm not really satisfied of the interior versus the exterior. So you've got that cool cluster display though, which is a 7 inches, and you can configure it. And depending on the mode that you're gonna choose, either it's gonna be track, sport, or normal, you're gonna see a different design. Also right there on the side, you can also add some graphic. How about a stopwatch? And that's about it. Cool steering wheel though. You've got the paddle shifter because I'm using an auto version of that car. And how about the screen? This is where, well, it's too much similar to the previous version. So you've got the 8 inches display. You can clearly see this is a Subaru multimedia system. You've got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and that's about it. Also, are you thinking to bring some friend to sit in the rear? Well, that's gonna be a bad idea because nobody that have legs can fit behind there. Otherwise, the interior, well, you're gonna be comfy, you're gonna have enough lateral support, but every button reminds me of a Subaru Crosstrek, except for that central section. You can see also the cool silver button right here. I thought they were for driving mode, but no. Really, they're just for climate system. Once again, a strange decision there. One of the only difference between the BRZ and the GR86 is that cool start button. This one from Toyota is looking really cool. Otherwise, from Subaru, just a start and stop mention, they need to up their game. Which one is your favorite interior, even if they look alike? Well, you tell me in the comments down there below. When it comes to the engine, well, you've got that typical engine from Subaru, and now they're not hiding each other. You can see right there written on the engine, Toyota and Subaru. 2.4 liter, well, without the turbo though, and you've got 228 horsepower at 7,000 RPM. It seems like a screamer, but it's not really good to hear. You can feel the pain of the engine when you make it rev. 184 pound-feet of torque at 3,700 RPM. And this is where you can see the major difference between the previous generation engine and this one. The torque power is just everywhere as soon as you accelerate. You've got the choice between a 6-speed manual close ratio or a 6-speed automatic transmission that really feels like the older one, which is kind of boring, but you got the paddle shift that are gonna give you a small experience. It looks like a manual transmission when you look at it visually right here in the center console though, but otherwise, I would go for the manual. How about you? Which configuration do you prefer the most when it comes to mechanical components, the Subaru or the Toyota? Haha, this is a question piège. When it comes to driving, you can feel the improvement in the steering response. This is one of the most precise cars I've driven for a long time. I just love the feeling behind the wheels. You've got a real assurance when you're driving this car. You feel exactly where's the limit. When you're in control, you feel where you can push it and when you cannot. Those tires are literally biting the tarmac. Even if you want to do some burnout, you need to have a manual transmission to eat the tires. But otherwise, if you got a 6-speed 80, you just step on it and this car will bite. She likes curve. She likes to go fast. Each time that I take a curve with that car, I can push a little bit more, and it's really impressive to see how this one is biting. You've got different drive modes, sport, snow, and track. It's gonna change the cluster right here, but really, it's kind of just turning the TCS off to give you more liberty in some kind of way. You've got an active rear sport differential and you can really feel it in the curve. It's biting really quickly. That's what I like. So what is the big difference between the GR86 and the Subaru BRZ when it comes to driving? Well, the only major difference is going to be about the rear suspension. Subaru is a little bit firmer. Also, you've got the difference between the rear anti-roll bar, a 1mm difference. So the rear of the Toyota will step out a little bit more if you like to drive this way, but usually you don't make good time when you're sliding a little bit more. It's more fun, but it's not best for time attack competition. So if you want more bite, go with the Subaru, and if you want more fun, go with the Toyota GR86. Which one is your favorite when it comes to the performance? Feel free to tell me also. Let's talk about fuel consumption. A manual 11.9 in city mode, 8.7 on the highway. Automatic a little bit less though, 11.1 in city, 7.7 on the highway. This is where a full liter will make a difference. And it's premium fuel. It's gonna cost a lot of money, but to be truthful, I'm not sure it's going to change a lot of the performance for such small horsepower. Let's talk about the base price, full tax included, a little bit less than $39,000. With an automatic version, you simply climb the price to a little bit more than $41K. And if you want a fully equipped Toyota GR86, guess what? It's going to be impressive because it's lower than $50,000. It's one of the most affordable fun car that you can get for a little bit more fully equipped than $45,000. Now, Subaru or Toyota when it comes to price. As surprising as it might be, the Subaru comes at around $1,000 less. Why is that? Well, you tell me. And if you want to go for a fully equipped version, you're gonna spend $43,000. So on the minus side, well, you've got the space in the rear. You've got the storage compartment, which is always in your way. If you're gonna put something right here in the middle, well, that's it. You're gonna have to say bye-bye to the comfort of your elbow. And how about that sound of the engine as soon as you accelerate? Well, it's not sounding really great. Usually those kind of Subaru engine are just music to the ear when you're gonna give it a little bit of catback love or simply change the exhaust system. Otherwise, this is a fine car, except that they lack some kind of refinement, some kind of interior. And how about the turbo version? Please put that right up in there and you're gonna see how those cars will simply come even more alive. On the plus side though, I really dig the color. This is one fun car to drive. That 6-speed manual is kind of fast. You have a lot of power for the size of the car, and this is what affordable sport cars are all about. And how about that direction? I really love it. Congrats on that, Toyota. So in conclusion, they made a great car when it comes to handling. Even better, this is one of the best improvements I've seen over the years when you change version of car. If you don't have the budget for a Supra, don't worry about that. Go with this one, go with the GR86. This is gonna be one amazing car. So which one do you like the most? The Subaru or the Toyota version? Well, feel free to tell me right there in the comment. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you another time.